wondering if you're feeling philosophical about turning 30 and the things you're thinking about right now.
Feels good actually. Everybody always, that's one of the biggest milestones, I guess. Accomplished a lot in life. Blessed to have a purpose to what I'm doing, and appreciative of everything I have going on, and want to continue to nurture all of those things. So yeah, nothing. You wake up, maybe feel a couple extra aches and pains just for no reason, but definitely just blessed to be doing what I'm doing and around some great people.
Was your birthday truly a surprise? Did they really pull it off?
It was actually. It was pretty crazy.
How did they get that past you?
My wife, man, she's unbelievable. That many people, I think it was like 200 plus people from the organization, my family, friends, whatever. I'm really nosy too, and so the fact that they still were able to execute it was pretty remarkable. So definitely thankful for that. All the love. No, I knew something at that point was going on because it was just us two on the boat. I figured we were taking a little different route to her restaurant in San Francisco, because that's where I wanted to go. I actually fell asleep on the boat for about 30 minutes, and she woke me up and was like, "Hey, let's go look at Alcatraz." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And I got out there and I couldn't see anything, and then a little surprise, so it's cool.
Steph, who's dancing amused you the most?
Probably my grandma's, but y'all need to know about that.
How funny.
We've seen that before.
Is that the first time you've seen it not on video though?
No. That's nothing new to us. He knows how to have a good time.
What's the frustration level right now beyond obviously the birthday with the ankle and the fact that you get to sit at least another week?
I mean, honestly, it sucks that it is my ankle, and been through this countless times, but I felt very confident in the approach that we're taking to get to as close to 100% as possible going into the stretch run of the regular season and then obviously the playoffs. So I would obviously love to be out there playing every game down the stretch, to be out there with my squad, but at this point there's enough time that not just me, we have a bunch of guys banged up, that we all can prioritize health and understand that we need to all be ready to go. 8 games left in the regular season, wherever that number is, build our momentum up and get ready for the playoffs. And obviously that doesn't mean the guys that are suiting up tonight are just out there. We still have control over our performance, our execution, holding ourselves to the same standards that we always do. Next man up, or next men up mentality with how many guys are out, and continue to win games in the process. So should be a fun week for everybody.
Were you expecting to miss more games, or was that kind of? Were you expecting when you were reevaluating yesterday that you were told that you need to miss more games?
Nah. I mean, selfishly, I was always keen in on tonight just because it was a big day, and you only turn 30 once, but obviously I have to keep a big picture perspective, and I understood the thought process around not just how my ankle feels like today versus next Wednesday versus next Friday, whatever, but the things that I need to do rehab-wise to strengthen, my core and everything that protects your ankle, so that when I do come back, I'm ready. Obviously, you can't. There's risk playing. The reason I hurt my ankle, I landed on somebody's foot twice. Can't help that, but I got to do whatever I can to lower the probability of putting myself in that situation again, especially at this point in the season.
Do you feel like maybe the one in New Orleans has kind of had a counteractive thing where maybe it's been easier to strain the ankle since? Because
besides the one that happened in the shoot around, I was fine, and it took a freak thing landing on somebody's foot in Atlanta, and then I felt good coming off of that one, and just kind of a bang bang play on that layup attempt and landing on Murray's foot. So it just happens. But I don't think there's any rollover effect, really. It's just a tough go. I wish maybe my left could get some love at some point.
The frustration level in the last one, it didn't seem like it was like a super where you were in a lot of pain. It just seemed like a frustration of like again. I mean, is that kind of what you were showing them?
It was a little bit of both. It hurt, but yeah, I mean, like you said, I felt good in the Brooklyn game, and it's at the beginning of the San Antonio game. It's a fast break opportunity. I'm going up, not really thinking about my ankle, feeling really solid out there, and then bam! And as soon as it takes like a millisecond to know what's going on. And I've had so many of them. I know the kind of degree of severity, but definitely some frustration, knowing I got to deal with the rehab process again, and whatnot.
How's it feeling now? How swollen, and what can you do at this point?
I can almost do everything besides play 5-on-5 situations. So I'll have a pretty active recovery process, and it's just about getting strong and giving my ankle the best chance it can to get to 100%. Like I said before, the playoffs. So you don't want too much time to pass, because obviously you want to get out there, get your rhythm, make sure we as a team build the right chemistry and mojo going into the playoffs. So keeping that in mind, but I'm not worried about where it's going to be come next week.
As a team, the Warriors have shown that they're really resilient when it comes to injuries. But where is morale right now? And new guys are on that report. It feels like the injuries just keep coming and coming.
It's a tough one, but I feel like it's extremely positive around here, and everybody knows, considering how the first pre-All-Star stretch went, where we were winning games but weren't really playing well, to those first 2 weeks after the I think we went on a 6-7 game win streak, and we were playing well. Everybody was locked in, intensity was high. Then injuries started to happen. And I asked Coach, like, I went on a road trip this weekend, but just like how was the vibe around the team, and he basically mentioned like he was just really happy with where we were. Obviously, we lost 2 games, but there's fight. The guys had an edge, and you can see that in just body language and just the look on people's faces when they're out there playing. So that's what it's all about, really, and continue to focus on the habits and details that are going to help us win playoff games and championships, and having that back it up as well. So all things considered, we're in a really good place. We know that most of the injuries we have a finite rehab time to them, and guys will be back, and we'll continue to build towards the playoffs.
You mentioned the injuries you've had earlier in your career. Have there been things through that time that have helped you kind of get over the psychological aspect?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of part of our athletic training staff's job, is to manage not only the physical but the mental, to allow confidence in the process, and know, like, if you stick to this program, whatever, you're going to be back. Obviously, there's no way to get around the initial frustration, and injuries in general are just a tough thing to deal with, because our nature, we want to be out there on the floor, we want to be playing, we want to be healthy, but it's helpful to know, like, the big picture of playing. Like, when the games that matter, I'll be out there, and just got to do the grind work now to get myself back in that position.
Obviously.
That's kind of it.
Obviously, with you out and play out for 4 games, number 1 seed is going to be harder to lock down. Is that a concern at all around here?
Yeah, it'll be harder, but it's not out of the question. We still got guys, willing and able to get out there and help us, like I said, win games in the meantime. And I think Coach would say we're prioritizing health over, rushing guys back to try to chase the 1 seed, if you will. But we've seen crazy things happen in this league, and like I said, we have an extremely talented team that's capable, and I know those guys are going to come out fighting, and trying to do their job and help our team win. So not out the question, but if we're picking, like I said, rushing guys back versus playing the long game and knowing, a healthy, full squad Warrior team in the playoffs is going to be something to deal with, whether we're at home or on the road. That doesn't really matter to us.
How was Tony Roberts with us yesterday? Did it feel like good timing with all the injuries you guys have right now to hear from a guy like that?
Honestly, it didn't matter when he came. It'd be amazing anyway. It was a really cool bonding experience for everybody in the team to kind of just understand a different perspective around what it means to be a team and have each other's back, and kind of just be aware of the ups and downs emotionally and physically of what an NBA season brings, not just the X's and O's of making shots, missing shots, getting defensive stops, all that, but how life kind of intertwines with that. And I think it gave us a new perspective on just being a good teammate and looking out for each other. So and getting to know each other on a much deeper level, which I think will help us as we go forward for sure.